Picture this, 1 billion streams. That's enough plays to listen to his entire discography 50 million times over. But behind this staggering number lies a story that most people have never heard. Today, we're diving deep into the untold journey of Skillibeng, from a small town in St. Thomas, Jamaica, to becoming the first trap dancehall artist in history to hit this incredible milestone. This isn't just about music success. It's about perseverance, innovation, and the power of staying true to your roots while reaching for global stardom. Born Emwah Warmington in the quiet community of Listens, Retreat, St. Thomas, Jamaica, Skillibeng's journey began in the most humble of circumstances. His father, a musically inclined man, was his first introduction to the world of rhythm and melody. But unlike the fairy tales we often hear about musical prodigies, Skillibeng's path wasn't paved with gold from day one. Growing up in St. Thomas, music was more than entertainment. It was survival. It was the voice of a generation that needed to be heard. The name Skillibeng itself came from his high school friends, a moniker that would eventually become synonymous with innovation in dancehall music. While other kids played sports or focused on traditional academics, young Emwah found himself drawn to the dance groups at school. These weren't just casual gatherings, they were breeding grounds for the next generation of Jamaican musical talent. But even then, Skillibeng knew he wanted more than just to perform. He wanted to create. Here's where the story takes a turn that most people don't talk about. While Skillibeng was pursuing his musical dreams, he had to keep food on the table. He worked at his father's business, grinding through the daily routine while his heart beat to a different rhythm, the rhythm of ambition. This wasn't some romantic tale of overnight success. This was real life, balancing a 9 to 5 with late-night studio sessions, choosing between paying bills or investing in studio time, and facing the constant pressure of proving that music wasn't just a hobby, but a viable career path. The financial struggles were real. There were nights when Skillibeng had to choose between buying studio time or eating. But here's what separates the dreamers from the achievers. Skillibeng never compromised on his vision. He knew that his unique sound, this blend of traditional dancehall with trap influences, wasn't just different, it was revolutionary. Then came 2018, and everything changed in the most dramatic way possible. Skillibeng was involved in a life-threatening car accident while traveling for a music interview. In that moment, lying in that hospital bed, many people would have questioned everything. But for Skillibeng, that accident became his catalyst. Recovery from that accident wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. It was during those months of healing that Skillibeng made a promise to himself. If he was given a second chance at life, he would leave nothing on the table. He would give everything to his music. When he returned to the studio, something had changed. The music that came out of those sessions wasn't just songs, it was raw emotion, filtered through the lens of someone who had stared death in the face and chose to fight back with melody and rhythm. Breek Pan Breek wasn't just a song, it was a statement. Released in 2019, this track established Skillibeng's presence in the Jamaican music scene, but more importantly, it introduced the world to a new sound, one that honored the roots of dancehall while pushing boundaries into uncharted territory. But the real game changer came in 2020, with Crocodile Teeth. This wasn't just a viral hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. The track spread like wildfire across social media platforms, earning millions of views and catching the attention of international artists and producers. The success of Crocodile Teeth opened doors that Skillibeng had only dreamed of. Suddenly, major labels were calling. RCA Records and Eastside Records came knocking, but more importantly, established artists wanted to collaborate. The collaboration list reads like a who's who of global music: Vybz Kartel, DJ Khaled, Sean Paul, Nicki Minaj, Wizkid, Bobby Shmurda, Spice, Popcorn, Rich the Kid. Each collaboration wasn't just a feature, it was a masterclass in musical fusion, proving that dancehall could seamlessly blend with any genre. But Skillibeng's success wasn't limited to the studio. He started performing at major festivals like Rolling Loud and Something in the Water, bringing his unique sound to audiences who had never experienced trap dancehall before. The energy was electric, the response overwhelming. In 2022, Skillibeng won Best Caribbean Music Act at the MOBO Awards, cementing his status not just as a Jamaican success story, but as a global musical innovator. October 2025. The numbers were in, and they were staggering. 1,001,303,391 total streams on Spotify alone. Skillibeng had officially become the first trap dancehall artist in history to reach 1 billion streams. But let's break down what this really means. Of those billion streams, 235 million came from tracks where Skillibeng was the lead artist, while a whopping 765 plus million came from his features on other artists' songs. This isn't just about his solo work, it's about his ability to elevate every track he touches. The financial impact? Industry experts estimate that Skillibeng has earned between $3 to $5 million from streaming alone. But money aside, this milestone represents something far more significant: the validation of an entire genre and the proof that innovation in music can break down barriers. So, what's the secret behind Skillibeng's unprecedented success? It's not just talent, though he's undeniably gifted. It's not just luck, though timing played a role. It's a combination of factors that most people never talk about. First, authenticity. While other artists tried to mimic American trap or stick strictly to traditional dancehall, Skillibeng created something entirely new. He didn't choose between his roots and his ambitions. He merged them into something powerful and unique. Second, persistence. Every no made him work harder. Every closed door made him find a window. That car accident could have ended his career, but instead, it became his motivation. Third, collaboration over competition. Instead of seeing other artists as threats, Skillibeng saw opportunities to create something bigger than himself. His features weren't just guest appearances, they were musical conversations between cultures and genres. Fourth, social media mastery. Skillibeng understood that in the digital age, connection with fans happens 24/7, not just during album cycles. He built a community, not just an audience. Today, Skillibeng isn't just a successful artist, he's a blueprint for the next generation of Caribbean musicians. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more untold story from the music industry.